How can Spider-Man, the most iconic superhero of all time, have masterpiece movies, great games, and yet don't have a masterpiece Spider-Man animated series in this decade like Marvel's Spider-Man that is regarded as the worst Spider-Man animated series of this decade? But if we just go back to 2008, Spider-Man have one of the best animated Spider-Man series called Spectacular Spider-Man. Let's see why Spectacular Spider-Man works so well and why Marvel Spider-Man hasn't achieved the same success. And starting with reason 1, character development. The show Spectacular Spider-Man creates a great portrayal of Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and it balances Peter Parker's high school life, personal relationships, and his responsibilities as Spider-Man in the best way possible. Develops other main characters that makes the person who is watching connect with the interesting characters, and has great depth, and the storytelling is well written that it evolves over every episode. And on the other hand, Marvel Spider-Man character development and storytelling just feels less interesting and entertaining, and the characters are just boring to watch and don't make you connect to them, and they don't get amazing development over every episode until they get to the end of the series. The characters don't feel like they don't have great depth at all and just feel shallow, and which can make it hard for people who is watching the series to become interested in the characters. And reason 2 is the tone and atmosphere in Spectacular Spider-Man. They have a perfect balance between tone and serious themes, and has awesome acting, and it maintain a tone that appeals and works to both younger audiences and older Spider-Man fans to watch, and who appreciate more mature storytelling that made it feel cool. But for some reason, Marvel Spider-Man sometimes struggle with its tone and acting that is bad, often leaning more towards a mature approach that don't work as strongly with older fans, because balancing it works a lot more better so it don't mess up what it needs to be in the show. And reason 3, the villain betrayal. The villains are well developed in Spectacular Spider-Man. Motivations and backstories they have that make them more relatable, menacingly interesting, and made them feel different from other Spider-Man animated series. And introducing the build-up and rise of these villains that help in creating a sense of consistent existence and operation of something over a period of time, and depth with the characters in the series. But from the Marvel Spider-Man series, villains are often introduced in a way by letting them act like they are not unique, and make them feel like the villains was just really boring by making them feel like they was not real and just puppets and there for the show, and sometimes lack the depth in the series. And reason for animation style and action sequences. Spectacular Spider-Man, the animation is a blast at world building and making it feel real in the dynamic and capturing the great style of detail of animating Spider-Man series is the fights and action sequences that are creative, and watching the animation moving makes it look so cool. And an example is backgrounds and environments. The show has detail and incredible backgrounds that help establish a feeling of a world, and the city of New York looks well with a sense of depth and movement that enhances the feeling of a bustling metropolis. And reason for Marvel Spider-Man, it does not reach the same level of great and creativity in fights and action sequences and situations in Spectacular Spider-Man. And the animation style is just not great and could have been better. Examples are character design that has more problems by having complex and less detailed animation design, and the world building that looks so bad, like the characters often lack the same level of quality of a effectively conveying a thought and feeling of making them feel more static. Peter Parker's design appears more generic and less dynamic, to the point where the show feels boring and garbage, making me feel like the people who created the show, like what was they were thinking, and did not understand how to create a masterpiece show. And reason 5, all of what I said combined shows why Spectacular Spider-Man worked, but Marvel's Spider-Man failed because of Spectacular Spider-Man standing out from other Spider-Man animated series. Really feels like they worked hard to make a masterpiece series. And Marvel Spider-Man failed because it did not live up to Spider-Man fans' expectations and by previous Spider-Man anime series. And I think the show could have been better than this, but wasn't, because they did not try to create a masterpiece Spider-Man anime series at all. And that is why Spectacular Spider-Man worked, but Marvel's Spider-Man failed. Bye, and have a good day, buddy.